from the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, the reality check of the condition of sports infrastructure in India. We want to host the Commonwealth Games. We want to host the Olympic Games. But just look at the absolute mess on the sidelines of the badminton India Open tournament. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, why is the DGCA trying to question the brother of the pilot of the Air India plane that crashed? And at 9 o'clock tonight, Mamta gets slammed in the Supreme Court. WhatsApp chats show proof of anarchy in Bengal. But is there an attempt at institutionalizing anarchy in this country? Ladies and gentlemen, time to show the mirror once again. We say we want to hold the Olympics in India. Great, fantastic, big statement, lovely, must be lots of publicity. We say we are going to host the Commonwealth Games in India. Terrible idea, first of all. Terrible idea, because the Commonwealth itself as an idea is redundant. So I don't know why one would want to host the Commonwealth Games in India. I'm not for it. But even before we think or dream of hosting these tournaments, have a look at the visuals, ladies and gentlemen, on the sidelines of the 2026 India Open Badminton Tournament in New Delhi. This is it. We'll show these pictures to you full frame. And these are visuals that have been put up by players. This is just months ahead of the World Badminton Championships to be held at the same venue in August. Monkeys are roaming around in the K.D. Jadhav Stadium in Delhi. And players from other countries, foreign countries, are showing these pictures and laughing about it. Yes, we are making a laughing stock of ourselves. Where is the sports minister? Why does the Union Sports Minister not talk about it? Where is the Badminton Association of India? Ladies and gentlemen, when players talk about it, we'll have to show the reality. This is the reality inside the stadium where a global tournament is being held. Look at the piles and piles and piles of absolute dirt and garbage. Top seeded players across the world are saying, we don't want to play here. It's too dirty. This is not the way any country hosts a global tournament. It's very dirty. It's very unhealthy for all the players. And they're saying this is not the way any global player. And of course, stray dogs. What can we do in India without stray dogs? You know, Maneka Gandhi would love to help them around. They're just stray dogs, garbage, dirt and monkeys. What is this? Is this a zoo or a venue of a global tournament? Ladies and gentlemen, it's all good to do, great marketing around things. But this is the reality. There are people who are pulled out of the India Open, and some people are saying, of course, it's because of extreme pollution. But people are also talking about the circumstances, and then the Badminton Association is saying, don't worry, we are putting heaters. If it's too cold, we are putting heaters inside. And this is not the only place and only time. The fact of the matter is, recently on the outskirts of Delhi, there was a cricket tournament. I think the Afghan team was here. They were complaining about the condition inside the stadium. In some places, the match had to be stopped because of pigeon poop. This happened today. Pigeon poop is being cleaned. Monkeys are roaming around. Stray dogs are inside the stadium. And there is tons of garbage all around the stadium. And we in India are hosting an international tournament. Well done to all the organizers. Where is the sports minister, I ask again? Are these the guidelines to be followed? Is this the picture of India that we want to provide? And then we're going to be over defensive about it and say, no, you see, these players are bad people. Ladies and gentlemen, the focus they are putting out is on pollution, because that's the way the sports organizers can get away from it. But I have the social media post of world number 20 women's singles player, Mia Blichfeld. And this is what she writes. Finally home after a long and stressful week in India. It's 2 years in a row now that I get sick during the India Open. It's really hard to accept that many weeks of work and preparation gets wasted because of bad conditions. It's not fair to anyone that we have to train and play in smog, birds shitting on the courts, I might as well say it, I mean, there's no point being extra polite with this language, and dirt everywhere. These conditions are so unhealthy and so unacceptable. This is what is being said. We cannot become Viksit Bharat if this is what we do, if this is what we present. And the fact of the matter is, not a single head will roll. What we'll say is these foreign players have too many expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say, let us not even think of hosting the Olympics unless we get our act together on things like this. Fact of the matter is, you have the BCCI, which has a lot of money, and the IPL, which has a lot of money. They organize their own IPL tournament, cricket tournament. They make money on the sidelines. This is the condition which we leave for the world to see about the facilities that we have. There is no wake-up call. The sports minister will not be pulled up. I'm sure tomorrow there will be this whole, there will be a whole social media post around, oh, Arnab is criticizing the government again. Arnab is criticizing the ruling party again. It's absolutely rubbish, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the same man. I am the same man who exposed the Commonwealth Games scam. I know we have the money. But I think somewhere we just do not care. And we want to cover all this up by saying there must be reasons why Republic is questioning things like this. I'm only questioning a little bit more aggressively than others. I'm surprised the others are not. I'm opening the phone lines tonight. If this is what has happened, heads must roll. Let's debate.
This is a visual from inside the KD Jadhav Stadium in the national capital. A monkey was spotted roaming the spectator galleries and even the training hall.
Yesterday we have a monkey just beside me. I was like surprised. And then they all just see, and then I was run away from the monkey, and the monkey. Actually, the air pollution is the mess here. The 300 over index, right? That is the things that is bothering me.
After pigeon droppings complaints, now wild animals inside a top international arena. A visual from outside the stadium showing unhygienic conditions. World number 3 Anders Antonsen skipped the tournament for a third straight year. The reason being extreme air pollution hitting severe levels in the category of 300 to 400. Another Denmark shuttler called the venue unhealthy and unprofessional, dirty courts, birds dropping wastes, inadequate conditions. Organizers call it unfortunate and blame an open door. But players are asking, is this really fit for elite sports? Especially when Delhi is slated for the BWF World Championships in August. Is this an international embarrassment for New Delhi?
I have with me Ashwini Nachappa. She's a legendary athlete in our country. Chandrasekhar Luthra is with us, senior sports journalist. We have Nikhil Paramjit Sharma, sports commentator and founder, CEOs, Light Sports Management, and Raman Malik of the BJP. I'll tell you a story. If you go to the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium nowadays, Ashwini, it is known more for being a wedding venue than for being a sports venue. They've got this big thing called Zohra. It's become some kind, I don't know if it's a nightclub or wedding venue. Lots of money, lots of wine, booze, parties, all these things happen. Receptions happen, shadi happens, sangeet happens, roka ceremonies happen, individual parties happen. People celebrate their anniversaries in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium and they feel very proud that I bought the whole stadium. So a lot of money must be getting made. But this is what we've done, and lines are open tonight. This is what, it's not due to AQI, our grids are wrong. You see, we want to put this AQI grid out there, Niranjan, and that's the mistake we make. We blame the pollution. It's not because of the pollution, it's because of the state of these stadiums. Please write your news grids correctly. Ashwini Nachappa, monkeys, stray dogs, garbage. And we are dreaming of hosting the Olympics. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely embarrassing, but not surprised. This has been, the reality, and it's been there from the time I've been competing also. Terrible toilets, bad conditions.
I'm sure the grids can be written better.
And it has been almost 3.5 decades since I've retired, and to see such visuals is absolutely shameful. I am ashamed to be an athlete, to say the least. So I can imagine what bothers me as we are hosting this in the capital city.
Yeah.
And where is Swachh Bharat?
Yeah.
Where is
Swachh Bharat?
I mean, these are things, the tournaments are planned, the calendar is out months earlier, and there is no preparation. I mean, don't you know what needs to be done to hold an international event? Our athletes are traveling all over the world. Officials are traveling all over the world. So the basic hygiene and cleanliness is the least that we can give. So it's absolutely appalling.
Well, Prime Minister keeps talking about, doing so much for sports, but I think Prime Minister should pull up the Sports Minister, Badminton Association and everyone, and I think we should fix this immediately. Heads should roll, I believe, Nikhil, because people get away doing this kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a big budget for hosting this.
No, absolutely, Arnab. I think, we've got to look at it from a holistic point of view. I think hosting it in Delhi is wrong in itself. Just because of the temperature, the AQI, you've had sports ministry, issuing a guideline saying that don't play sport in Delhi. Why are we hosting an international tournament then in that case? As far as the two, stadiums are concerned, both KD Jadhav, there should be centralized ACs there, because for badminton, you require a certain amount of temperature, which is 18 to 24 degrees. The tournament in itself, if you look at the grade 1 and grade 2 of tournaments in badminton, leave the grade 1, which is the World Cup, the World Championships, Olympics, the Sudiram, the Uber Cup. But, a Super 750 event, there are about only 6 of them and 4 Super 1000. So you're actually looking at a tournament which is top 10 in the world. And to then host it in Delhi in conditions wherein you don't have centralized air conditioning in KD Jadhav, which is essentially where everybody is training. And if you have top players coming and saying that the AQI is not good, there are monkeys there in both the stadiums for that matter, not just in KD Jadhav but also in Indira Gandhi as well. So it is. I think it's a huge problem as far as the organization is concerned. In my view, I think Delhi is the wrong choice as far as this tournament is concerned. But of course, because the BWF championships are coming to India next year, so it's a test event. You have to host this event here just to check if, BWF wants to check whether
I'm sure there are better
is the right
that
place.
Can also be done.
If you ask me, after all of this, they won't be very happy with it. If they are, I'd be surprised. Arnab?
Live instructions going on to the production team out here that I think there should be better visuals. There are many visuals. I think our lines, Niranjan, can be stronger than wake up call. I don't want these candy floss lines on my program at least. Please remove the candy floss lines from my program. Let's talk directly, right? Can I be introduced to the new guest who has come in right now? That's Ranjit Bajaj. Hi, Ranjit.
How are you, Arnab?
Wasn't told, founder of Minerva Academy. I'm told you support the government. Why? I think sports minister should be sacked.
Not the government. I support us.
Us
being
as
unquestioned in the sports world. We need to have excellence in everything we do. So the blame, I think, first needs to start from the Badminton Federation of India. I'm not saying I support the government. I am totally against the Badminton Federation of India for allowing this event to happen in a place where you can't even breathe, where you're not allowing your
So
own...
why are you talking about pollution? You're trying to distract attention. I know what you do. You'll put the focus on AQI. I'm talking about the monkeys. I'm talking about the infrastructure. I'm talking about the garbage.
I'm talking about bird poop. I'm talking about garbage. I'm talking about each and everything. See, Arnab, when an international event is given, the takeover does not happen 2 days before. The takeover of the stadium happens at least 14 days before. If the Badminton Federation of India has not taken over and made
I'm against hosting the CWG, so I don't know who's written the lines can host CWG. Make it global tournaments. I'm not for hosting the CWG. I'm against hosting the CWG because I think it's a waste of money to be doing anything for the Commonwealth, which is in effect, the Commonwealth is a dead organization. I don't know why we want to host the games for an organization which is, in honor of King Charles. I don't believe in the concept of a Commonwealth. I'm a citizen of a free country. Yeah.
True.
Anyway, that is on an aside. Please. Thank you. Yes, Ranjit?
Very true. I totally agree with you. It's actually in honor of slavery. So all the countries they made slaves, they want to be now having a Commonwealth Games for that.
We shouldn't.
Game. I totally agree with you there, Arnab. And so totally, I think it should, at this day and age, it should be banned because it's a racist games. The beginning of the games is all meant from all
Correct,
the
but now
countries.
what do we do? We're in a mess. The whole world is laughing at us because of this situation with what we've done with this badminton stadiums,
We need to learn our lessons. We just don't need to say it's not the BJP. In the Congress, it wasn't better. In the Aam Aadmi Party, it wasn't better. It just does not get better because people don't understand what excellence is. Excellence is that you strive for perfection every single day. You won't get to excellence, but you might get there somewhere near. The images you're showing us, nobody would want to come here.
No. Now Rakshita has gone inside the stadium. They know that Republic is gone inside. So we've gone inside. Now they're cleaning the stadium. Now this is what I have to do, Ashwini. I'm going to have to force people to clean the stadium. I don't know where Mansukh Mandavia is. I don't know where the sports minister is. I don't know where they are. Now they're cleaning the stadium. Good for them. But shame on them for what they've done so far. Shame on these guys. Now they're cleaning the stadium after all the bad publicity we got. Ashwini.
Arnab, the sad thing in this country is no star walls or the stars of any sport want to come out and talk about it. And that has been the problem.
No, they don't want to. They don't want to.
You've heard what they said the last few days. It's natural that some of the, events get postponed or get delayed. Those are things that all athletes go through sometimes. But then this kind of unhygienic conditions.
Now they're cleaning the pan stains. Can you see that, Chandrasekhar? They're cleaning the pan stains because the Republic has sent its cameras there.
Arnab, the simple thing is we should not be diverting the attention from what has happened actually, what has brought us shame. You have to understand the system, who cleans it. You are talking about sports minister, he can't even spell or he can't even, say Mohan Bangan or East Bangan, whatever. These kind of sports ministers are there for India. Yeah, anyway, let that out. But point is, who maintains the stadium? It is Sports Authority of India. And I have been watching, I have been covering, I have been dealing with Sports Authority for almost Ashwini. When Ashwini was retiring, I was becoming the sports guy. So from that time, I have seen the system, how rotten it has become. These stadiums are under the control of Sports Authority of India, which is again getting money from government or the sports
Show the
minister,
monkey
which you are
visual. Let people
rightly
see.
saying should be accountable. So what they do is, instead of putting their own man, they gave it to the contractors. So whatever the stadiums are being maintained, suppose in this particular
Numbers.
stadium,
Open
if
the
you go
lines.
on the payroll, there
Show
will be
the
30,
monkey
40
visual,
people
yeah,
who will be
producers.
maintaining.
What are you doing?
Listen to me. And
I can
all these
understand.
30, 40 people
20
would
times
be
you want me to
working in the
direct?
SAI officials' houses. They will be doing the dirty jobs there in the houses. They are not supposed to maintain this. They are supposed to keep these fellows happy. And that's how this contractor gets the contract again and again every time. So
Now
been
the
a
foreign
problem.
players are saying, well done, Raman. Now you'll defend the government on this one also. The foreign players are saying, in India, animals are given free permission to the stadiums. Translated from Korean. Korean players are saying this. Huh?
See, Arnab, one thing which is very clear is...
No, why? Why are you doing this?
Are you able, am I clear?
Pigeon
Arnab,
poop, monkeys, stray dogs, garbage. No. Is there no feeling that we have to not let the image of our country go down?
We have a very good society in India who doesn't want to work. SAI people who are there to work do not work.
Who is SAI reporting to?
The central government. Central government is only funding this organization. So your question diverted toward Mansukh Mandavia is wrong. It should be directed towards the director in charge of the SAI. Also, one must also not forget the Honorable Supreme Court. When it came heavy on the stray dog, suddenly there was a lobby under pressure of which the Supreme Court had to bow down. Now,
you think we are fit to host the Olympics?
What is the problem?
You think we are fit to host the Olympics?
People over on the job do not
you
do their
think we are
job.
fit to host the Olympics?
We will have to force and become fit to host the Olympics.
Come on.
There's no other option.
No.
Because of incompetency of a few.
Ranjit has his hand up. Ranjit, what do you think? Come into the debate.
India should not suffer.
In the country.
See, every time the Prime Minister has to come forward and get the toilets made, has to get the cleanliness drive, Swachh Bharat, Prime Minister has to then, toilets,
there is a sports minister. Ranjit, come in. Ranjit.
Do not do pollute, he has to do. Everything the Prime Minister has to do.
No.
The central government has to. What do people have to do? Nothing. Sit down at home and cry.
Ranjit, your audio is not good, man.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, louder. Yeah, go on. He's speaking on the other side. You know to put him on the left-hand side. Thank you. Yeah. No, he's not. Thank you. Yeah. Ranjit.
Heading the federations right now, like for example, the Football Federation, who can't even start the football season right now, who actually happens to be a BJP person, was the secretary who was fighting with PT Usha and then biting each other and making a...
Man, come on. This is enough.
Yeah. Kalyan Chaubey...
A person heading an organization does not become BJP.
Your audio is too bad. Too bad. I have to
Keep
fix your audio as well. Ashwini, please come in. Don't be quiet on this. Lines are open. Rishi is calling in from Kolkata. We're a mess. Let me tell you, we're a mess. I'm ashamed of what's gone on.
Just because politically he is with BJP does not mean that his individual efforts or endeavors into sports federation should be connected to BJP.
Who's in power in India?
I think
Who's in power in
He's
India?
in the sports federation because he's with the BJP. You cannot de-link both of those, unfortunately.
You have to... A person can be a political activist, a person can be a political commentator, a person can be a political
I was told there's
person.
Rakshita
But at the same time, he may have a sports utility or another social organization that he may be
Okay,
heading.
now let me hear from Ashwini,
Putting that,
well, don't... anyway, I think we'll have to run 2-3 sets of visuals together. The garbage, the monkeys, the everything. And now Rakshita is there. We can run the visuals as well. Rakshita, what's happening there now? How bad is the situation? Which stadium are you at?
Well, this is the Indira Gandhi Sports Complex, and the KD Jadhav complex is, of course, part of it. It is just adjacent to where the matches are happening. So matches are happening at Indira Gandhi Stadium, indoor stadium, and KD Jadhav is mostly for training, where problems have been encountered by the players. We were just trying to go towards KD Jadhav. Of course, everything would be shut right now. Nobody is training right now there at this hour. But yes, the moment we entered, we saw that there was a lot of cleaning that was done almost all corners, even to the routes that were leading up to the media center, and where of course the sports arena is there, where the matches are happening. So yes, there was aggressively mopping and everything was happening. Suddenly people were mobilized, and of course we were not even been allowed to take take our mobile phones out to clip somewhere, try and record them. They were very cautious. Those who were the organizers, the representatives, the volunteers were very cautious, and they were keeping an eye on us, and we still tried to somehow show, because we want to show the reality to our viewers. And having said that, now we just got the we now have the official statement from the Badminton World Federation that admits, if you just read it, they're trying to strike a balance between the conditions here and the efforts of the BAI, that is the Badminton Association of India. But at the same time, they say that we acknowledge the comments shared by players and the subsequent media coverage. The World Federation also says that there have been challenges this week. The temperature inside, the cold weather, air quality has posed challenges. However, they've also talked about some areas of implementation that includes general cleanliness and hygiene plus animal control have required attention. That is what they say. This is the Badminton World Federation saying that these are the matters. So they are admitting that there are issues that have taken place. Of course, they are not being very hard, when it comes to this.
Yeah, but I think, Rakshita, I'm just opening lines. Stay right there. I'm told Himanta Biswa Sharma is the head of the Badminton Association. Is that correct? Now, if he's head of the badminton, he's too busy fighting the Assam elections. Then you got to have somebody else there as Badminton Association president. You can't. Himanta Biswa Sharma will not have the time now. Then he has to pull up someone, sack the other guy, or let someone else do that job. Rishi is calling from Kolkata. Rishi, this is so bad, right? This is so bad.
Definitely, Arnab, this is very bad. I really admire the BJP for the good things they have done since 2014. However, time has come for good governance. To question the government to bring strictest of laws and punishment. Because by and large, India is not a country who takes pride in civic sense. We need to publicly shame these people and also fine them. In 2014, our Prime Minister had laid a vision that by 2019, our temples, churches, and every nook and corner of the country should be clean. But this will not come with a mindset. This will come with punishment and publicly shaming. And there is lack of coordination between the departments. There is lack of monitoring. So if these things are not fixed, then there is no difference between BJP and Congress. BJP has to set a platform, has to set it firm that become a role model, so that our vision for 2047 can be fulfilled. And
I'll take the next caller tonight. See, I'll tell you. We should never become self-congratulatory. All I'd say, Rishi. Ravi is calling from Ahmedabad. Ravi.
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you to you and your team for bringing it into the limelight. And this is our national duty, as our earlier caller said. Our vision of 1947 is something we all have to fulfill. So why to even defend also these things? I think we all should work towards this. I am surprised that the people are defending it. If we want to become a developed nation in 2047, how will we achieve it? These are the bare minimum things. Take the example of metro. There we are doing nicely. Why can't we do here when our PM, he himself can clean the roads? As an example, why are we shying away from it?
See, the question in India is no longer about what happens at the very top. It is about what happens below. If there is no corruption at the very top, it does not help. There has to be no corruption below. If the Aam Aadmi is still facing corruption, we have a problem. Ashwini, you're watching this tonight. Clearly, people think strongly about it. But I'm surprised last 24 hours, no reaction from the sports minister. No reaction from the head of the Badminton Association of India.
When you go through all this, all these infrastructures, as somebody rightly put, comes under the Sports Authority of India. And they are directly under the MYAS. So everybody is accountable. Everybody is accountable. It is not just the Delhi infrastructure. You come and see centers, whether it's in the state,
so many pictures of the badminton tournament.
In every infrastructure run by the government in the state or in the Delhi capital is in such conditions. And as you rightly said, most of them are used for weddings. Indoor stadiums are used for exhibitions. I mean, as an athlete, I should be happy to get into an arena. It should motivate me to perform well. It should motivate parents to send their children into fabulous infrastructure, which is clean, hygiene. Why can't we just provide that basic, I mean, it's been 4 decades and I'm fed up of talking about it, literally. Because when my daughter played inside, she was also a badminton player. I remember all of us would be sweeping the courts inside Bangalore. That time, even the national players were doing it, taking out cobwebs. And even today, we are still doing the same thing. It is shameful.
Absolutely.
We need to get our act together.
We must. What's happening is, Sports Authority of India, after this, will put out a corporate film and pretend everything's good. It's not good. We got a lot of talent, but we're destroying the image of the country by doing this. Heads should roll. Vijay from Kolkata. Vijay.
Yes, sir. I don't think, why are you surprised? There is nothing to be surprised of. This is the standard we have set for ourselves. I went to see IPL in Indian Garden. I had to wipe that bucket shell with my handkerchief. And we paid so exorbitantly for the ticket.
Yep.
What happened at Salt Lake Stadium when Messi came, these things will happen and only then they will take notice of this.
Yeah.
We are buying tickets for so much high prices, and what we get to see?
Last year, 2 teenage basketball players died in a horrific accident after the hoop poles collapsed on them. Last month, there was an incident where school students were made to sit near toilets in a train due to lack of confirmed tickets during the return journey from Orissa after participating in the national school games.
Yes.
Yeah. And just a few...
Arnab, I traveled near the toilets going for the Indian camp way back in 86, 87.
So have I.
And kids are traveling the same way today.
Arnab, 97, I did the same way of traveling to the Nationals next to the toilet in a train
Then this is the problem of the organizers. They are not organizing it well.
Sorry.
Yeah, who are the organizers?
Go and see the checklist. Don't put it wrongly.
Go and see the checklist. The SAI are basically occupied by people who are not even sports person. They are basically...
But what is the government doing then, yeah? What is the government doing?
And that is the basic
What is the government doing?
All these people are...
Padmaja from Delhi. Padmaja. Hi, Padmaja.
Then you're...
I don't agree that it has to be headed only by sports persons. It has to be headed by professionals.
By professionals,
You need to be sensitive towards the athlete. It's not whether it is a politician or a non-politician. Even athletes do a shoddy job.
You need to be sensitive towards everything that
managing
you do.
some of the federations.
We Indians are not sensitive towards our duty.
Sport has now become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we still kind of, at least in this country, believe that side pe koi sport khel raha hai.
Okay, do I have
the professionalism?
Subodh from Thane, last caller. Subodh
in the industry.
Subodh, are you there?
That this is something that's just happening on its own.
Padmaja from Delhi or Subodh from Thane?
Arnab, can I speak now?
Is that Padmaja? Yeah, go on, Padmaja. Yeah.
Yes, Arnab. These images are, for all of us to hang our head down. We have a huge sports ministry with a sports minister and huge grant given to them. It boils down to say that there are planning, there are organizing, but there is no execution. To hold this kind of event, you have to execute at every level. There has to be checks, there has to be audits, there has to be inspection. I don't think people are doing their work at all. They should on their own leave their positions and go away. They are not competent enough. They should really just think today, and just by tomorrow they should all say, sorry, we brought this shame to the country and I am taking the ownership and I am leaving it and handing it over to more competitive people who can do a good job.
Well, at least we
That's
highlighted
all
it, Padmaja. I'll tell you, we'll embarrass them so much, so badly and so repeatedly that they may hate us, but they'll have to take some action. I thank you all. I thank everyone, Ashwini, Chandar, Nikhil, Raman, and of course, Ranjit for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another bizarre story that came in when we were told that the Federation of Indian Pilots has objected to the aircraft accident